Hey guys, and welcome to another ST gaming video, and this time we're going to take a quick peek at Sidearms, published by Go in 1988. This game was developed by Probe, and some of the people involved in this one was also involved in Trant the Last Stormpooper, and that doesn't really fill me with much confidence, I'm afraid. Yeah, that game was utter pants. But hey, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And the game is an arcade conversion based on Capcom's Hyperdyne Sidearms, released in 1986 in Japan. Not sure when it was released in Europe and the US. I do remember seeing this arcade game in magazines and thinking, yeah, that looks kinda not so interesting. I don't remember exactly why. I think the graphics were kind of okay, but it just didn't look particularly interesting, and I never got to play it. I did play it now, and it's okay. It's not great. The main gimmick seems to be that you can shoot both to the left and to the right. Otherwise, there's not too much to it. It's really a kind of a standard shoot 'em up. Nothing terribly exciting, with one exception. The smashing soundtrack by Ayako Mori, who of course also made the music to Ghosts and Goblins, one of my favorite arcade games. And you can definitely hear similarities between the Ghosts and Goblins and the Sidearms soundtrack. Really good stuff in my opinion. Let's just listen to the music for a bit. Good stuff. So yeah, not an amazing arcade game, but let's dive into the ST version and see how that holds up, shall we? Well, it's a pretty nice looking title screen, I think. And the music is pretty good. Yes, here we have the menu screen that looks very much like Trant the Last Stormtrooper. Let's just, I'm going to go with mouse control, because this game, as I said, the arcade game, you can fire both left and right, and maybe that would be a good idea to use the mouse button, so let's see if it works. I actually had the intro from the arcade there. Doesn't look quite as good here. And oh my, the graphics do look a little bit lacking, maybe. But it moves quite okay-ish. I'm not sure what got me there. Probably some sort of ball, some death ball of doom. And what the? Why am I? I'm not sure why I'm dying here. I just can't see the projectiles, maybe. Oh yeah, this is about as annoyingly tricky as the arcade. The arcade was pretty damn hard to live, to survive. It was a really rather... yeah, tricky to avoid the bullets in the arcade. But maybe not quite as hard as it is here. I've already died like 3 times. It's kind of sad. And we have power-ups, of course, a bit like... what's the game called? Nemesis? No, it's called something else in the arcade. Or is it called Nemesis? Yeah, it's got a similar power-up system. I have to say that the graphics doesn't look particularly inspiring. That background just looks like a dithered mess, to be honest. And I don't even recognize it from the arcade. But again, it scrolls fairly smoothly. So there's that. That's nice. And you can control it with the mouse, which is also nice. Oh, go away, annoying astronaut. But definitely the game could have made do with some more colors, really. It is rather drab and feels a little bit, yeah, rushed, the graphics that is. And you can press space to change your power-ups, and I'm not entirely sure how that works. I couldn't quite figure that out in the arcade game either. You can shoot at the power-ups, I think, and yeah, change what they are, but it's not entirely clear. I did check the manual on the ST version's manual, and yeah, it doesn't quite explain it very well. A clear case of, yeah, the game was finished after the manual. Oh, what the? Oh yeah, there's the boss. Yeah, that doesn't look like the arcade version, really, does it? But yeah, well, oh, I still get murdered by it though. That's sad, and we need to hit this thing in the side. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that was easy, I guess. Oh yeah, it scrolls in multiple directions. That was kind of nice with the arcade, I suppose. And what the hell is that? Yeah, there's not a huge amount of similarities between the arcade game and the ST version. But I have played far worse shooters on the ST, to be honest, and I do seem to have a fair amount of lives, which is good. In the arcade version you had 3, and then you had to restart and, you know, insert another coin because the game is one of those filthy coin-gobbling bastard arcade machines. Can I grab that without being blown up? I can actually touch stuff. I'm touching things, that's nice. But the graphics in the game really aren't growing on me. They look really rather sad. And why is nothing happening here? Oh, okay. I got blown up. What a surprise. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? I look even weirder than before. The main sprite looks really weird, just like there's not enough colors or something. Maybe that's why it's scrolling so smoothly, by the way, that they're not using the full 16 color palette of the ST. Go away from me, you snake bastard! I keep forgetting that I can use the right and left firing here. And again, we don't have automatic firing. We need to slam the buttons here, so I'm going to break my mouse in no time, I'm sure. Oh, a star, great, and yep, bam, they can fly through walls, I can't, that's not fair. Sometimes it's a little bit hard seeing the bullets because everything is moving quite, you know, large steps, which makes it pretty tricky. It seems like you're stocking up on power-ups and then you can kind of change between them in some sort of mysterious way. I'm not sure, and I don't think I really care. But yeah, again, it's not the worst shooter I've played on the ST, but it's not the best either. Oh, high score. That's nice. Ah, that background looks awful. What's that supposed to be? Some sort of lake or some horrible low-res mess? Yeah, not a great looking game, this. But it still looks better than Tranta, because that was horrific. At least the enemy sprites were. Feels like the game isn't really making much use of the left-right firing. Or is it just me? I keep forgetting I have it, maybe? Oops. I don't think I touched that thing, really. I was quite far from it. But, oh, God. Now we're going to have to try and destroy this thing. Not sure what I'm supposed to hit here. But the diagonal shots are really useful here. Oh, I don't have to hit it anywhere particularly at all. It just dies anyway. I think in the arcade you had to hit it from a certain angle, so alright. I do like the mouse controls, though. They're fairly smooth. Especially given that this is a probe game. Oh, I hate this weapon. It's really not that amazing. Maybe it's effective against this mega snake here. Oh, God, I knew it. Why? I just knew that bastard thing was gonna get me. Oh, poo. Oh, we've got some variation in the graphics. That's always a good thing, I suppose. They still don't look that great, though. I must admit, I think some more colors would have been a good idea. Ah, this lousy snake. Let's see if we can deal with it. Oh, so many things wanting to murder me again. Ah, it's hard seeing the projectiles, I think. And what's going on? Please move. Thank you. Oh god, yeah, there's just... We're running out of space here. Lousy snake, stop murdering me. It's not... Oh god, yeah, there's a bit of slowdown here. But I do like the fact that I can actually move over the background here. It's not stopping me. There's no collision there, so that's great. I like that. Not sure if you could do that in the arcade, though. Ah, in my face. And what the hell is this? It looks like some sort of weird, what do you call it? Fence surrounding a cemetery or something. And oops, is that a graphical glitch? No, it's the end of the level boss, I presume. It's a spinning mess of horrible pixels. Oh god, that's a strain on the eyes, isn't it? But yeah, that was over quickly. And it's time to go down. Yes, a bit of change in the graphics again, but nothing too dramatic. Still looks rather headache-inducing, I must admit. So far, I think the loading screen has been the best thing I've seen so far that I can actually rest my eyes on without getting a headache. So I would definitely have to say this is a pretty meh game. Just like the arcade, actually, because I find the arcade to be a bit meh too, actually. So they kind of captured the feel of the arcade pretty well from that standpoint, at least. Ah, not the snake again. Dear God. I don't think I have any power-ups that do anything. Can you please die? Why are you not dying? Why are you just flashing, you disc bastards? Yeah, I think we are done. I mean, not a terrible game, but certainly not a great one either. Very much meh. But before we end, let's see what the magazines had to say about this one. ST Action gave the game an overall of 61%, and one of the reviewers wrote, "All of the psychedelia and atmosphere of the original are sadly lacking, leaving just a bog-standard 4-way scrolling shoot-'em-up. Somehow, this just isn't Sidearms as I know it. I can't put my finger on what is lacking, but it's conspicuous by its absence." And he also misses the lush music from the arcade. But I have to say, the music in the ST version was still pretty good, but not as good as the arcade version for sure. The Games Machine gave the game a slightly higher rating at 72%, and they wrote, "ST Sidearms contains more gameplay than it did on the Commodore, but with only one warrior to control, it becomes merely another shoot-'em-up with better than average graphics and sound." Not sure I agree about the better graphics though. And they end the review with, "It is an enjoyable action-packed game which has come across well from the coin-up." So not really an amazing game, but for a probe game, I would say it's a bit above average. So that was kind of pleasantly surprising, although I did not really enjoy this one too much. So, hope you enjoyed this quick peek at Sidearms, and thanks for watching and all that stuff. And of course, as always, hope to catch you in the next video. Cheers!